When I talked with you last, I was telling you about shelling Iwo Jima broadside as we went around the island, and I needed to use the head. That's the latrine in the Army. And so we had one right in front of a gun turret, 8-inch gun turret. We had been told not to use that during shelling, but I didn't understand why not, so I went in. And I used the head and started to walk out. And I didn't know that the ship had turned toward the island more and our heavy guns swung forward. And when I stepped out of the head, all three of those 8 inches went off and blew me back into the head. And I couldn't hear for 3 days, and I never used that head again. And I understood why they said don't use that while we were shelling. But anyway, one of the most beautiful, wonderful things that happened, if there was anything during the war and during the invasion of Iwo Jima, was seeing the flag raised on Mount Suribachi. When it was raised, all the boats and ships and everybody was yelling, and bells were ringing, and horns were tooting, and all, and there was Old Glory up on top of Mount Suribachi. And I want to tell you, if the people that want to tear our flag, burn our flag, disrespect their flag, and spit on it, if they had been there and felt the joy that it means to see our flag waved in a battle, why then they wouldn't be acting like they do. And I just hope nobody tries to burn the flag while I'm standing there. Anyway, I was up on the crow's nest one day, and the Marines had landed, and I heard one of our observation planes right up where I was. And I looked up, and about that time he was hit. And he came straight down and hit to within just 100 yards of our ship. And the pilot never got out and never saw him. But it was just an awful battle. We had 26 Medal of Honor winners on that island alone. It's the most ever given in a single battle. There was over 20,000 Japanese that was killed, and there's only a few hundred that surrendered. And of course we lost casualties, around 7,000 dead, and twice that wounded ourselves. But we took the island, took over a month, and we thought it would be a 2-week deal. But after Iwo Jima, I could tell you another little instance. We ran out of ammunition, our ship did, and we went out about 10 miles out to put ammunition on. And the sea was rough that day, and we pulled up alongside the ammunition ship. And just as we got a lanyard, a rope across to tie it together, the ship began to slam into the ammunition ship. It tore off a lifeline on the ammunition ship, it crushed the lifeboat, and a spark would have ended 2 ships with all the crew if it had just gone off. Well, I've never heard a master of arms, a man that was in charge of the bridge, give orders in so many ways, so often you couldn't get one order done on the engines till he was given another. But we got away from the ship. That's what he was trying to do, was to separate the ships. And then later, after the wind died, and the next day we took on some ammunition. But that's just another little instance of things that can and does happen whenever you're out aboard a ship. Now, I'll tell you a little bit more in a little while.